Hello and welcome to the channel that covers everything where health and technology meet. And today we're going to talk about why I've had it up to here with Stryde. In previous videos I pointed out some of the shortcomings of Stryde, such as their content being outsourced and shot on other bikes, creating a disconnect between the rider and the content they're following. I pointed out that the UI is basic and has a ways to go. The leaderboard is poorly structured, and it has an overall lack of those pull you in features. Well, I got a message from Stryde that they're starting to push out an update that includes improvements to the look and feel of the UI. Calendar improvements including recent workouts. More live information during rides like miles tracking. An updated leaderboard. And cycling milestones or achievements that you can work towards. It's like they want to make a liar out of me. Okay, in all seriousness, a bike I already love is getting a lot better. And all those features are great and we're going to talk about those. But something I didn't even mention in that list is that they're now recording their new rides or their new content on the Stryde bike. And I cannot describe how much I love that improvement by Stryde. Studio rides feel so much better when the person that you're following is on the same bike that you are. You know that they're feeling the same things that you are. When they reference things like resistance and cadence, you're able to follow along because they're calling out the true things. Resistance 30 on whatever bike there is, being a Stryde, is the same that you're going to experience. It truly builds a connection. Instead of feeling like the person you're following is doing their own thing on their own bike and you need to adapt or figure out your own things on the fly. It truly creates a disconnect and I cannot stand that. And because of that, when I talk about Stryde and how much I love it, I'm always talking about everything else. Loading Peloton on it, iFit, YouTube content, and other streaming platforms to use it the way you want. And that's one of the amazing things about Stryde. But I never really talked about the Stryde UI and content as a selling point because I didn't really think it was one. And that's now changing. The content being recorded on an actual Stryde bike is a huge improvement for me, night and day difference. It builds a connection that when you ride, you just feel good about it, you're following along, and you are just into it. Huge improvement. But then you throw on these other improvements. The leaderboard being a big example. I'm a competitive person. If you give me a reason to try to go catch someone else or show me that I'm falling behind someone else, that's my motivation to push harder, to go try to compete. And now the leaderboard is based on output. And you see all those people ahead of you and you know how much harder you have to work to catch them, and it motivates you to go do that. I do hope the video is helping you out. If you could, hit that like button for me really quick. Huge assist, you know I appreciate it. And additional on-screen metrics like miles tracking are now available, and it's just another data point, another thing for you to focus on, to want to make yourself push harder, and to get you into that ride because you have another thing to pay attention to and to motivate yourself with. The user interface is improving, and this does just make the end-to-end experience better. And now achievements. Again, these bikes are supposed to motivate you. They're supposed to do things to make you want to ride more and ride harder and get a better workout in. And that's why you're willing to justify spending the money it does to get one of these bikes. And Stryde is starting to now do all those things to pull you in and get you excited about it and to truly motivate you to work out harder. But what does that mean? Well, it means the Stryde bike is no longer a bike that I think of everything else you can do with it. I thoroughly love the Stryde platform and the content that they have available. Now I hope Stryde never goes away from the open platform. That is one of the main things I love about this bike, is that you can adapt, you can change what it's using, and you can use different platforms to keep it interesting and just to keep changing it up so you have a reason to come back and say, oh, I got burnt out in what I was doing. But what I know now is that instead of thinking of just the other things I'll be doing with it, I will now be using the Stryde platform a lot more as one of the main ways to work out on this bike, and then mix it up with those other platforms as well to change it up and keep things interesting. And all these improvements and things they're doing to make me excited about this bike are also getting me very excited about thinking what might be next. What are they up to and what features are coming down the road? Hopefully you found this helpful. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to stay on top of everything health and fitness, and until next time, here's to a healthier you, and have a good one.